Yo, yo, yo. Y'all already know what it is, man. Just right quick, man. This ain't for everybody, man. Cause y'all already know how I get down. My people already know how I do and how I get down. Um, Not so much into being nice. I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? But you know, at this point, man, in our community, you know, I have to be, just as vicious as we have been with holding on to our ignorance. Does that make sense? I have to, you know, deal with deal with black people in the same energy that we fight to hold on to all of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I have to deal with black people in the same fire. I have to give them the same energy and the same fire. So, you know, this here, what I have to say, is not for everybody. I really don't care, if someone doesn't like what I have to say, or, you know, anything of that matter, because this is not about me whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? The main thing I just want to talk about, dog, is the youth, black youth, and the black community in our state as, as is right now. You know what I'm saying? Just speaking from my environment, my city, where I'm at. We always have these things like, oh, man, shit, I'm finna leave, making, like everybody, where they at is thinking about a migration, in the black community, thinking about leaving. But the thing is, bro, everywhere where we're at, the same ignorance and the same thing is going on. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I say, just looking right at Macon is the perfect example, and that's why I love Macon, because you can really see everything that's going on throughout the nation right here in this city. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that even still, despite what, damn, man, we can just, forget what white people doing. Damn that. We just need to worry about what the hell we doing. I ain't gonna say just forget what they doing, because we always have to be mindful of the enemy. We always have to be mindful of the government. It's not just white people, but just the government. We'll just say that, which, we can't help that that's, predominantly white, a predominantly white society, and something that we're not even a part of. But we just gonna get to that on a whole nother level. But right now I'm talking about taking accountability for our situation in the community, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bottom line is all this egotism, all this arrogance, from the leaders, from those that are supposed to be the leaders of the community. You don't get your degree so you can be an arrogant asshole and, oh, I got this degree and I'm this, that, I'm this. No, that's a badge of responsibility, really. You know what I'm saying? For all of those that are college educated, collegiate educated, this is definitely a call to you, because we need you the most. We need you the most. And, to understand that, everything in our community is something that we're responsible for, point blank period. From the youth and their, rebellious, however we call it, with the 90s babies, and saying that they're so just radical and out the box, and but actually, man, I know a lot of these 90 babies. These are some very mature young people, that just need a little bit of direction. They just need a little bit of direction, and because really, the same thing that's going on with the youth now is the same thing that was going on with us, man. We just weren't conscious of it, dog. School is boring. You know what I'm saying? School does not relate to anything that's going on in our community or in our lives. And part of that is our fault. That's what I'm saying, regardless of what the so-called white man is doing and the government and all this shit, bro. This really comes down on, on us now, because so much of it we are responsible for. Like, main example, one of my main examples is, dog, black people, contrary to what we have been taught, man, contrary to what we have been taught, we are actually the richest people in America, dog. You know what I'm saying? We making everybody else here rich, dog. The system of capitalism. I mean, we are way more smarter than we actually give ourselves credit for. In the streets we say it. Like a nigga, a nigga get some work for damn, 150 and flip it on a nigga and flip the zip on him for damn, 300 or 275. You just capped on that nigga. America. We always say it, you know. Black people, we are the main ones in this nation that everyone is capping off of and capitalizing off of, because we being straight up dumb and ignorant, and we hate each other. You know what I'm saying? And they have totally reversed the formula in the Bible where it say, when two or more come together in my name, you know, because two or more black people at odds with each other and not understanding the system, not understanding the game, that is a $1 billion industry. Two or more colored people not understanding the game, not understanding the game, is the $1 billion, $1 trillion industry of America. You know what I'm saying? They have totally reversed the alchemical formula of what they say in the Bible, when two or more come together in my name, man. You know what I'm saying? So now we have to understand the way that we fuel this whole system, man, because it actually banks on us hating each other. It banks on us, you know, not thinking. It banks on us being separated. You know, all of us, dog, and that includes white people too, because white people have been outcasted. I mean, you talking about a system that was a part of, whether you know it or not, the Vatican was a part of the whole, you know, the whole thing with Hitler and that shit he had going on. The Vatican and you know, the British powers were into that shit. You know, so they sacrificed 6 million of their own people, you know, just so they can have this overall total power that you're talking about. Still doing today. I mean, 9/11 happened, and you know, you got all kind of shit going on every day. You know, the police ain't just beating up black people, they beating up white people too, man. You know, the shit's just straight up chaotic. You know, which is really some of the most treason, one of the most treason things ever, that the fact that a police can beat somebody up, you know, can beat up an unarmed person, or can even kill an unarmed person. That is the highest form of treason ever. You know, but America is so sleep that the people don't even recognize this. The people don't even realize that shit. You know, it's the sickest shit ever, and it's the highest form of treason ever. You know, so like I say, man, you know, everything that's going on in the black community at this point now is black people's fault, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't really got nothing to do, you know, with the government or white people or none of that shit. You know, at some point it's our fault, because of the simple fact that, you know, we are just spenders. We're not investors. You know, the black community, all we do is buy. And that's what I'm saying, where we are actually the richest group of people here in America, because we're making everybody else rich, not just white people. Like, you know, people are, you know, other ethnicities are literally rotating their families through the black community so they can, you know, be rich, so they can obtain the American dream. You know, what? Okay, let me put it in this context. The simple fact, think about it. The simple fact that our communities are being ran by people, you know, like these gas stations and our stores that we be complaining about that these people got or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're actually being ran by people who can't count. You know what I'm saying? They can't count. They can't you know, a lot of them can't read. They can't tell a Swisher from a Newport. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they be walking from work. You know what I'm saying? Our community is being, you know, ran by people who can't even read. So that is saying that actually black people in America, we are actually lower, you know, we're actually, you know, vibrating on the lower essence than the people who can't even read. You know, and it all makes sense because we don't know our history. You know, your history is completely equivalent to your life, because your life is